How is everybody doing? It's your boy Flip Kicky here, and welcome to week 2 of HDL Season 4. This week, we are playing Zubats Outta Hell, coached by Tyler, also known as Purgatory, who is the reigning Season 2 and Season 3 champion. So we got a tough task on our hands. He is 0-1 though. He lost to Highland last week, but we are 2-2 against him all time. When we beat him, it's close. When we lose, it is real bad. Sometimes he just bests me, and there's nothing I could do. So this is going to be an interesting week for us, especially since we only won last week 1-0. So if we lose, especially badly this week, we might start looking a little bit ugly standing-wise, but it is only week 2 in a very long season. But without further ado, let's just get into the team builder and get this going. His team is scary as well. I had to prep for a Dragapult and a Tapu Lele at the same time, which is not fun. Let me tell you, that is a fucking scary core, and it's just been pretty difficult to prep for. But the main thing I deduced was Beedrill applies so much pressure to this team, and Beedrill's speed tier is at such a perfect level that if he does not bring something that outspeeds this Beedrill, he loses. Because Beedrill can just Oko Pult with knockoff, and it can just destroy Tapu Lele. So what I'm going to have to end up doing is bring something to counter that speed creeping. So he's either going to need to bring Scarf Pult, or Scarf for Lele, and bring Pult with some sort of speed boosting move like Dragon Dance or Scale Shot, or just have straight up Scarf Lele. So I have prepped, assuming that both are going to be brought, because that's just, the safest way to go here. So I have Scarf Spectre, and Scarf Spectre deals with both. Scarf Spectre naturally outspeeds a non-Scarf Dragapult, but more importantly, Scarf Spectre just straight up outspeeds a Scarf Lele. Regardless, Scarf Spectre also outspeeds a Dragapult before he's going to click Dragon Dance. That's what Spectre is for. Spectre is literally only going to click Shadow Ball and Will-O-Wisp. I don't see it clicking anything else. Will-O-Wisp is only for Hex procs. If I see a chance to Will-O-Wisp something, especially like a Dragapult early, if I think it's going to be physical, or maybe like Sock early, that's risky because he likes to run knockoff on his Sock. But maybe something like Crocodile, or just something that I can get a Wisp off that I know I can Hex later. Wisp could be interesting. Spectre does not match up well defensively against this team whatsoever, but it does match up pretty well offensively. So Scarf Spectre, even especially with the Grim boost, is going to be very nice, say late game cleaner, or to check something if I know now Lele is Scarf or Pult is Scarf. The last thing I ended up bringing was Chomp. I mean, this is Sash Chomp. I can change what item I want on it, quite honestly. I still don't really know what item I want on it. I mean, I have Sash to live something from Lele. I could run Roselli Berry. But the main part of this Chomp set is Fire Blast. Chomp kind of just baits in Skarmory and you just click Fire Blast on it whenever it wants. Fire Blast does confidently 2-ko Skarmory. That's why this Garchomp is naive, because the things that will be hitting the Garchomp for super effectively, or things that want to come in on the Garchomp, are special. Garchomp also is here for Raichu, because my team does not do well against strong electric types, as you saw last week from Registeel. So I need Chomp to check this Raichu, because I do think Raichu is in fact coming. So I need to bring this Garchomp to check this Raichu and make sure the Raichu doesn't do anything too crazy. Scale Shot can help it do something late game. It's mostly just here for rocks and EQ and just kind of like an offensive pressure check. It's just max HP, max speed, kind of just a chip machine. Another weird use for Fire Blast also lets it hit Grottle. This can set up on Grottle even. I still have Sash because I feel like if it's still at full health, maybe taking something from Pult, a Dragon move from Pult, and just getting a nice solid EQ back on it would be nice. I'm still going to think of what I could possibly use on this. I feel like I could just get more value out of I could just straight up get more value out of something like Lefties on this. So I might just go switch to that, but I will think about it. Next up, we got Primarina. This is max defense Rocky Helmet Primarina, because looking at his team, Sock is a problem defensively, at least for me. Scarf Sock with knockoff is one of his favorite things to run. And Primarina kind of just sits on it, especially if it's max HP, max defense. Skarmory as well. Any physical hits Skarmory wants to do. Any physical hits that Crook wants to do. Or a physical Pult all get stonewalled by Prim. So Rocky Helmet, physical Prim is what I'm going for this week. I'm just worried about Prim's health, quite honestly. But standard Hail, or not standard Hail, standard Flip Turn Skull Moonblast. I have Hail if Sun is up and I need to do damage with Primarina, and because Charizard Y might end up changing this weather, so I have Hail to maybe switch it up a little bit. Hail is just a slap-on move. I really don't see myself clicking anything but Skull Moonblast and Flip Turn anyway, so Hail's just there. Rotom-Mow is very big here. Defensively, I just needed this Rotom-Mow for a couple things. It's max speed, max special attack with boots. This is my main defogger. Hazards getting down are going to be a problem if they do get down, so I have Rotom-Mow to prevent them from doing that. Volt Switch as well. Leaf Storm, Thunder Wave. Volt Switch is really my only way to hit Skarm, so I need to Volt Switch this Skarm down, because if you look at this team, I really just don't have anything to get rid of the Skarm except Garchomp. So if Garchomp dies, Skarm just defensively beats my whole team if Spectrier can't just keep clicking Shadow Ball on it, so that's the problem. But this is my favorite set, I think, of this week. This Assault Vest, Heat Proof, Max Spadef, Max HP Bronzong, with Payback, Body Press, Rock Slide, and Steel Roller. Now, this thing switches in on anything Tapu Lele wants to do, and click Steel Roller. This thing switches in on a Charizard Y. This thing gets 3 code by Flamethrower from a Mega Charizard Y. Let me say that again. Mega Charizard Y Flamethrower. Highest base special attack stat on any fire type in the game. Assault Vest, Heat Proof, Max HP, Max Spadef. In the sun, mind you, 3 co. Onto a mon that's weak to it. Okay? Fucking love. I'm just bringing Heat Proof Bronzong. It could be a problem because this is no longer a Crook switch in. But the reason I don't really care is because I have Primarina as my Crook switch in. So not having a Levitate is fine, and I also have a Levitate anyway with Rotom. Rock Slide is for Zard. Steel Roller is for Lele. Payback is for Dragapult. This thing's going to hit Bronzong with something, and it's going to click Payback on it, and it's going to go away. Body Press as well, just good fighting coverage. This is a fucking hilarious set. I love this Bronzong set. Hopefully I'm able to make it work. And then the Big Dick B coming in late game. U-turn, Poison Drive, Drill Run, Knockoff. Standard, late game cleaner B-Drill with Pivot. If I can pivot into B-Drill to click a button, I will. It won't be mainly B-Drill. It'll mainly be Primarina and Bronzong looking for an opening, then clicking a button, and hopefully snowballing from there. This was shoddily prepped, I would say. This team could have been a bit better prepped, or just put more care into it, a little bit more mocking maybe, but I just did not have the time this week. So this could very well end up being a pretty ugly battle. If it does, it just be like that. That's how battles against Tyler go sometimes. But yeah, that's really it. I just want to see this Bronzong click Steel Roller once. That's really all I want to do. Steel Roller does Oko Lele as well, so that would be fucking hilarious. So without further ado then, let's get into the battle. All right, it is game time. We are here, and shockingly, I'm not gonna lie, was not expecting no Raichu and no Lele. That's a little shocking for me, but I mean that's just how it be. No Lele, sad, because now I can't click Steel Roller in this fucking Bronzong. But, and that really does invalidate some of the Bronzong set. But I think Primarina is still my lead here, because Primarina just does well against most of this team, especially if he's leading Crook, or if you lead Sawk, or if you lead Zard. Let's say if you lead Skarm, I go Prim. I could just flip turn right into Rotom. If he leads Tentacruel, I could just flip turn right into Garchomp, maybe. Yeah. Alright, really Prim here. Prim's the lead. Yeah, it's Crook. Alright, lead worked out a little bit. So, do I think he stays in here? I mean, he probably just goes to Skarmory here. Like, I do underspeed him. I think it'd be stupid to just not get good chip on Skarm. Right? Alright, Tentacruel, that's fine. I could have flip turn on him, but I decided not to. Not having a psychic move on Bronzong is aggravating, but I'm gonna go Chomp on this, I think. I have a couple options here. I could go Rotom. I could go Rotom here, but I think dropping Rotom too early is really risky, especially because I don't really have something reliable to deal with this Tentacruel. So, I think I have to go Chomp here. He's probably going to put up T-Spikes, if I had to guess. Scald. Please no burn. Please no burn. Bruh, that's already rough. Wade Luck number 1 here. That's just rocks now. Yeah. I like how I said in the team builder not to lose Chomp super early. And Chomp is now gone super early. Yeah, I should have just EQ'd that. To be honest, I don't even... Like, now that Chomp is burnt, Chomp was quite literally useless. So, it doesn't really matter. It was already useless there. That's not a good start, though. Like, at all. This thing just walls my whole team now. How does Beedrill do? Against probably a standard Tentacruel. Jorun is still a 2-co. If he burns... That's rough. I feel like the drill run could be obvious here. Is my play to not drill run? Because this thing dies to knockoff plus drill run. I just risk getting Scald burnt again. So, I mean, what's Scald do to Chomp? Like, 25%? Yeah, alright. So he's got, like, no investment. So, what happens if he goes Skarmory here on this drill run? I can still U-turn out. Alright, he did. I should have knocked him off. But it's whatever. Beedrill's chilling now. Thing is he gonna defog? Is he gonna Brave Bird me, right? Knockoff does nothing to Skarm, which is annoying. Brave Bird from Skarm will just kill this, though. So let's just check for Helmet. 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 Alright, into Rotom we go here, I think, right? Because I don't have Fire Blast for Chomp anymore. Bronzong can't really do anything against. I really have to just go Rotom. Skarmory just walls my team. It used Drill Peck. Interesting play. I feel like Crook is, quite honestly, very, very obvious here. So, him going to Crook is very obvious here. I do outspeed this, right? And I know it's Rocky Helmet. He could go Crook on this Volt Switch. Or he could switch Crook into a Leaf Storm. Like, that's the problem with Rotom. Like, this is an interesting 50-50 here. Like, does he stay in thinking I'm going to Leaf Storm? Like, I could do this one more time. I could double back out into Primarina. But what does doubling back out in the Primarina achieve for me? Nothing, really. Because we just do the same thing we did the first turn with Tentacruel. So, I kind of have to Leaf Storm. Yep. Leaf Storm is the proper play. Alright, good prediction there. Good prediction there. Oh, I forgot to kill Chomp. Solid prediction, though. And Chomp just took 50%. But I'm going to go Bronzong now.
Bro.
Oh, that's a roll. That's a roll. It did 51.5%. That is a roll. Because he's running Fire Blast instead of Flamethrower. That did more than it should have. Oh, it's modest. Oh yeah, it's a roll. Fuck! That's actually crazy. I'm pissed about that, dude. Lost 2 straight rolls? Like, look, you guys can see this on my screen maybe right now. Yeah, you can see on my screen. It's a 45 to 53 roll. That's 2 straight 50-50 rolls, right? I was at 49. That's a 44% chance. That's just aggravating. I have Spectrier at least now, but what does Spectrier do? And now Bronzong, now I don't have a Dragapult switch in. I guess this I have to go Prim. But Prim Scald in the Sun does not kill this. Prim Scald in the Sun does not kill. Beedrill outspeeds, right? Beedrill P-Jab. Beedrill P-Jab. I have to go with Beedrill P-Jab here. I have to threaten with a P-Jab. Yeah, I have to threaten with P-Jab. He has to recognize I'm threatening with P-Jab. That's fine. It's quite alright. I have to U-turn now. I'm getting Chip on this Skarm, but it probably has Roost. Drill Peck is interesting. Here's my thing. He might be in Skarm territory, or he might be in Spec territory. He might honestly be in Spec territory if he clicked Defog here. Because now he has to switch something in. Yeah, we go Spec now. Missed it. That's fine. Yeah, we can click Shadow Ball for free here. We click Shadow Ball for free here. This is a free Shadow Ball now. Even though we did Toxic, that's fine on Spec. Especially now that this is Scarf Spec. I'm not gonna say it, but this is looking very nice. Especially if he misplays how he brings in Sock. Tentacruel's in now. 20 fucking %. Jeez. Alright. He's probably spinning. If I had to guess, he's spinning. I'm gonna road him. He's spinning. Acid Spray? That's fine. Road mount speeds. Switch something into a Volt Switch. Pick one. Pick something. Let me go kill, Bronzong. Acid Spray is a very odd play there. He did bring some interesting stuff, but Acid Spray is a little interesting. I still think this is winnable. Like, what do you do? Click Acid Spray again? Beedrill? Please no Scald? Acid Spray? Nothing. Spadef is lowered, whatever. Does this die to knock off from here? Does this die to knock off from here? What is this? Tentacruel? 3946. That's if it's max HP, almost max Spadef, but that took 20% from Spec Shadow Ball. So this is max Spadef, actually. This is max Spadef Calm. We're careful. Maybe, yeah, it's like max... This is a Salt Vest Tentacruel. Yeah, it's a Salt Vest Tentacruel. Okay, so this is free. This is a free knockoff, actually. Yeah. Skarm's knocked off now. So now I don't U-turn. I just go hard Spec here. Hard Spec. That's fine. Because Tentacruel dies to 2 Shadow Balls now. And this Skarm takes a lot of damage from Shadow Ball. And he doesn't have any way to hit this back. I like that Tentacruel's this chipped, and knowing that it's Assault Vest is also very nice, because I know it can't recover in any way. 65. Toxic. K. Shadow Ball. I don't think he knows that it's Scarf. He shouldn't know that it's Scarf yet. He's in a bit of trouble here, actually. Zard's dead. Bring in Pult. Bring in Pult. Oh, I bring in Sock. Okay, so oh, he didn't let me get the kill which that's smart. That's actually smart. Shadow Ball still has a lot, but this still dies to knockoff. So I bring in Prim. That's where I bring in Prim. Yep. Crit. Fucking crit. Now it really just depends what comes in. Skarm's dead if it comes in. This is just a pick your poison type of thing. Oh, it gets P-Jab. But this can't kill me. Even if it is banded. I have to Moonblast here for safety. Or I think there's no reason that he just doesn't go back into Tentacruel here. Right? Because if I catch him lacking and go hard Spectria right now, I win. But if he stays in and clicks P-Jab because he's not choice, what was that, a crit? 21.4% knockoff? He's not banded. He's Scarf. That's either a max roll Scarf crit. Huh. I gotta calc this now. So that was a knockoff crit. So it doesn't even have like attack investment for that to do that much. The knockoff crit did 21.4%. How's that even possible? Why is it? It's a minus attack nature? Huh? Oh, it's still banded. Oh shit. Okay, that was either a max roll. It's Scarfed. Okay, yeah, it's Scarfed. Okay, so this sock is Scarfed into knockoff now. So I go hard Spectre and win. I go hard Spectre and win. Shout out to Garchomp, though. Garchomp has now killed 2 Mons with its rocks. Shout out to Chomp. And when Sock comes in, it might just straight up die. This might be game. This actually might be game. Sock is at 72%. Spectrier Shadow Ball has a 63% chance. He has to click knockoff here. He has to click knockoff here, or he does not win. Actually, no. Well, I'm Scarfed too, right? Oh, this is a very weird 50-50. Because if I stay in and click Shadow Ball here, it has a chance to not kill him, right? And this is actually going to reveal I'm Scarfed if I do this. So I can bluff not being Scarf and go to, like, Prim, I guess? I have Beedrill in the back to take care of Tentacruel and Dragapult if it's not Scarfed. Does he click Poison Jab here? Because if he doesn't, Prim comes in and clicks Moonblast until the game is over. So I think this could be a fake here, right? Like he's coming in to bluff the knockoff and click Poison Jab. But here's the thing, if he does that, I still take too much damage on Spec. So I could sack Rotom, actually. I could sack Rotom. I'm gonna sack Rotom. So I sack Rotom here. He's now Scarfed into knockoff, right? Prim comes in. He's Scarfed in the knockoff, right? Yeah, this is Choice Scarf Adamant. So Poison Jab would do how much to Spectrier? Okay, 18 to 21. I think I made the proper play there. Because he has to go to, like, Tentacruel here. So, in that case, right? Now he has to go to Tentacruel. Yeah. Horse. Shadow Ball. Scalds, 27. Toxic damage. Shadow Ball. Now, if this Dragapult... Yeah. Ooh. See, I might be fine. Grimnay. Toxic damage. Who does he pick to send out, though? This Dragapult is not Scarf, or it would have come in already. Oh, this is going to be close. It's going to be very close. He's got to figure out what he does now, because now Sock dies, because I'm Scarf. And if Dragapult... So if he brings in Dragapult, I click Shadow Ball, right? If he brings in Dragapult, I kill it with Shadow Ball. And then I die to Toxic, and then Prim deals with Sock, right? If he brings in Sock, I kill it. And then I have to hope... Alright, let's run through this here. If I kill Sock, I die to Toxic, Dragapult comes in. Dragapult can just click T-Bolt twice and the game's over, I think. Right? Because this is just... He had to have brought T-Bolt. Specs Infiltrator doesn't kill... Oh my god. Yo, Primarina's a G, dude. Yeah, I'm Scarf, bruh. Hold that. Let's go, dude! That's such a good dub! Oh, I brought that back. I played very well. I'm very proud of how I played in that game. I'm very proud. It was very questionable. Then I brought it back. Very good game. Wow. Whew. Good 2-0 win. Good 2-0 win. Like, I'm very proud of that. Very proud of that. All right, let's okay, let's see if we can get a interview going here. Hello.
Hi.
Hello. Scarf Spectrator is a real G. Love Scarf Spectrator.
I am aware.
I'm so happy I brought it. I thought you were gonna bring Scarf Lele, so Scarf Spectrator made a lot of sense. Or like what? So that wasn't Specs Pult either. What was the Pult?
It was Specs.
It was Specs. Oh, that was
Yes.
timid. That was timid Specs then. Okay.
Was it?
Yeah, I think it was. I don't know. I did the calc. I was like, oh wait, Pult just
Yeah.
Pult
That
just.
was
I'm like
timid Specs.
I'm like, if Pult Specs, it just kills Primarina, but I'm pretty sure B still outspeeds it. And then so I had to play around the specs or the Scarf boost on Specs here because I could have taken a 64% roll on that Sock, but I chose not to because if I did, that would have shown you that Spectre was Scarf too early, and I
was assuming it was Scarf the whole time.
Oh, you were assuming it was Scarf because I didn't know how common of a set Scarf Spectre was.
When there's a Dragapult on the opposing team.
Yes, yeah. I had to bring Scarf Spectre because if you brought Dragapult that was either D-Dance or Scarf, there was a problem. And I needed Scarf Spectre for Lele. I'm very pissed off about what happened to fucking Bronzong, though. Let me take a moment to tell you that Bronzong, I was doing calcs for Flamethrower. I should have been doing more calcs for Fire Blast, but that was max HP, max Spadef, Calm, Heat-Proof, Assault Vest Bronzong with Rock Slide. That was meant to switch into a Flamethrower from Charizard Y and kill it back with Rock Slide. Like, I'm so pissed. It also had Steel Roller. It would just switch into anything Tapu Lele would click and just click Steel Roller and delete it.
Now Now you know why I didn't bring Tapu Lele at all.
Yeah, because Bronzong switched into literally anything it wanted to do. Click Steel Roller with no attack investment, and it would die.
There are only two things I regret in this fight. The first one was the 50-50 on Rotom, and the other one was not spinning when Beedrill was the obvious switch into Tentacruel.
Yeah, I felt weird about clicking rocks there, but I'm like, look, this Garchomp is now burnt. It can't do anything anymore. I forgot that that Garchomp did have Fire Blast on it for Skarm, but I was like, it doesn't do anything else, right? It doesn't do anything anymore. Let me just click the rocks and hope for the best here. Because I was just tilted early. But then later, I knew I just had to play a certain way to play around Spectre getting the kills late and just kind of clutch it out.
I don't know why I didn't spin at some point.
I don't.
There were so many cases where I should have, because I would have had a Charizard alive at the end.
Yeah, you would have, but it still would have died to Spectre.
Yeah, but the thing is, Spectre would have died to Toxic. Charizard comes in on Primarina, Solar Beams it to the next dimension.
Yeah, I figured you had Solar Beam. Because I think where it was at 50% wise, like Beedrill couldn't touch it either, obviously. So yeah, yeah. I also had to. I was doing a lot of thinking on Sock on what you had to ban your or scarf yourself into. Did you have Poison Jab on that Sock?
Nope.
You did not have Poison Jab at all. Okay, because I was assuming you. I was assuming you had Poison Jab.
Thunder Punch. I did have Thunder Punch though.
I was assuming you had Poison Jab, so I'm like, what value does he get out of clicking Knockoff here? What value does he get out of clicking Poison Jab here? But I was saying if you Poison Jab the Spectrier, Spectrier just kills the Sock, but you had to knock off in certain spots in order to do the Sock to kill the Spectrier. And the way you brought it in on it, I knew immediately that Sock was Scarf. Like the way you brought it in, yeah.
It was also my only play. Anything else lost because I knew that was because I was assuming that was Scarf Spectrier and Dragapult's not doing anything.
Yep. I mean, to be fair, I figured if I saw Sock, it was Scarf anyway, because Scarf Sock is your specialty. So I was just like, okay, I see Sock, I assume Scarf. That was Assault Vest Tentacruel, too.
Oh yeah, Max Spadef, Assault Vest Tentacruel just did not care about anything Primarina or Spectrier did ever.
Yeah, I saw it switch in and it'd do 20. And I was like, what? 20? I went max HP, max Spadef, and it was still saying it should have done like 28. I'm like, this is Assault Vest. Why?
Because I needed a dedicated Spectrier Primarina counter.
Yeah.
That's why.
Yeah, Primarina, you saw Primarina's Rocky Helmet. Every single thing Primarina would switch into defensively, it resisted. So I'm like, well, let me just run max HP, max defense, Rocky Helmet, Primarina. If it gets knocked off once, who cares? It's still max HP, max defense, and actually puts in work. Primarina actually had Hail on it. If the sun was up and Zard died and I didn't want the sun up anymore, I figured I'd just click Hail and get some nice chip going.
I mean, chips yourself, which would have mattered there, because if Spectre died a turn early, I won.
It would have. I don't think that Toxic miss mattered, because I think the Toxic, like, layered over itself with that initial damage anyway, so I don't think if you hit it that extra turn earlier, Spec would have died in a turn earlier. I think it would have still stayed. I think it would have still died on the same turn.
Should have clicked Drill Peck.
I was shocked when I saw Drill Peck. I'm like, why is this not Brave Bird? What?
Because I didn't have leftovers.
Yeah, I was like, okay. I saw the Rocky Helmet get knocked off. I'm like, okay, that makes sense. No Brave Bird. What was the last move on Skarm?
Taunt to stop Bronzong from existing.
Well, Bronzong was Assault Vest, so it wasn't going to do anything.
I mean, screens Bronzong put in work here.
Yeah, but I really just wanted to do Scarf Spectre. Scarf Spectre is what I built the team around. Quite frankly.
Losing Crook hurt my soul.
Yeah, but to be honest, with how I was positioned in that game, if I clicked Volt Switch there, I didn't really get any value, even on it. I'm like, I have to try and predict this.
I mean, the value was you killed Skarmory.
Yeah. But Crook was actually worse in that situation, because I just needed the Crook dead to let Rotom come in whenever it wanted.
I mean, Crook didn't actually have anything to hit it that hard. It had knockoff, and I'm pretty sure that was Scarf Rotom.
That was Boots.
Was Boots?
Yeah.
Interesting.
It was my defogger. Because I thought I was expecting spikes from Skarm or T-spikes from Tentacruel. So.
Oh, I had rocks on Crook.
Okay, yeah. So I was expecting some type of hazards, so I brought. It was Leaf Storm, Volt Switch, Defog, T Wave.
I regret switching in Crook.
I'm like, please switch in Crook.
All I needed was Crook to properly come in once, click rocks, and then I just kind of laughed my way to the bank.
Yep.
Because if you wanted to defog on Dragapult, then I just got a free Shadow Ball on something.
Yeah, I was not going to defog on Dragapult. I would be hitting Dragapult with anything. Chompa's actually Sash. If for some reason Chompa's so full health and Dragapult wanted to click a funny move, Garchomp would just it had scale. I think Chompa's like scale shot with EQ and flame or in Fire Blast. It was just kind of there.
The exact set I was expecting it to be. Though I was expecting a rock move for Zard.
Yeah, the thing was, Chomp was the last mon I put on my team. I couldn't figure out a 5th mon to put on. But then I realized that Raichu actually put in an insane amount of work this game, and I was low-key surprised when I saw that Raichu didn't come. I thought, like, I was expecting Lele, Polt, Skarm, Zard, Raichu, and Sawk were the main ones I was expecting.
Yeah, all I'm saying is I'm going to have a lot of front runners for surprisingly valuable player this season.
I also had stuff for Grottle, obviously. I mean, Beedrill just shit on Grottle. So
we're 2 weeks in. I'm 0-2, and Tentacruel is my MVP. What do you want?
I mean, Garchomp got 2 kills with its rocks this game, so I'm a happy man.
I didn't expect Tentacruel to be as much value as it's been.
It's good. On your team, it's pretty good. Just use Lele Pult more.
Listen, Lele had a lot of terrible matchups in this fight. Like, anything on your team scarfed beat it.
Yeah, that's why
you had 2 dedicated responses to it.
Yep.
There was no reason to bring it.
I knew for a fact if Lele came, it was scarfed.
Well, yeah, because your team is just ever so slightly faster than mine, and that's infuriating.
Yeah. TEC taught me a lot of very key team building, like, things I needed to look out for. And I've already used them, like, I've made, like, key team building decisions twice now that have, like, won me games so far this season, so I'm very happy with that experience that I got. Like,
I realize there's something missing from my team that I am making a transaction for this week.
Oof. I haven't run into any glaring flaws yet, so we'll see what happens.
I've run into one critical one, and it's my speed tiers.
Yeah, they're a little wacky.
And you know what the solution to that is?
Faster.
No. It is replace Raichu with the bus.
The bus.
You think I'm kidding?
No.
Do you know how good Sticky Webs is for this team?
Yeah. Charge a bug it up, my man.
That's the plan.
All right. I'm going to go, though. GG. It was a very entertaining game.
Yeah. Could have played it better, but that's pretty much every week for me.
Yeah.
Now I get to play your rune and start 0-3.
Well, late season Tyler is a thing, so.
Yeah, I never start a season well, do I?
Yeah. So you should be fine. But
Probably.
yeah. I'm a peace. See ya.
Have fun.
All right. So I mean, hey. 2-0. Like, I'm very proud of that. Like, quite honestly, 2-0, very proud. Played very well, I think, this game, except from, like, the first couple turns. And besides that, I mean, we're 2-0. Like, we're 2-0. We do only have a +3 differential, but we are 2-0. And that is what matters, friends. So, next week I play Hylian. That's the big game where it decides if I have to drop the Charizard or not. To be honest, I'm liking how this team is playing, but dropping the Charizard, I low-key don't want to. If I drop the Charizard, I'd make a bunch of wide-sweeping team changes, but I don't want to do those. So, I really want to win next week, but I do not play against Hylian well in the regular season, so we will see what happens. But until then, hope you enjoyed. Stay tuned for week 3, and probably me streaming once school starts wrapping up. So, peace.